The car came to a halt outside a huge mansion, the Price mansion to be exact. I had been here a couple of times with my family, but never had the place looked so daunting, so intimidating. I was engulfed in darkness, and as I peered out of the car window, I realized that this was the welcome that was specifically intended for me. Had the day gone by, had the day gone as planned, and Oliver had arrived instead of me, there would have been lights galore, celebration, and an air of festivity. I, on the other hand, brought with me gloom and perpetual doom. The gates opened to let the car in, and I could feel the stare of the watchman following my face as the car slowly made its way inside. So no sooner had we stopped that Zach sprang from his seat, getting out and slamming the car door behind him. A migraine made its way to my head that, coupled with my burning fever, didn't really help my condition. I tried to move, but my body felt too weak to even be able to move a single muscle. The driver had noticed my predicament and opened my door with a concerned expression on his face. Are you ready? Are you all right, miss? I shook my head, a sharp pain shooting through it as I did so. I gripped my temple and laid my head back on the seat. Everything was starting to spin around me. My eyes beginning to water. I distinctly heard the driver call for someone before it all faded to black. Will she be fine? He asked, and even in the state of near unconsciousness that I was in, I scoffed. He didn't care. The car-free tone of his voice made that obvious. He had left me in the car and now was putting on an act of God knows who. Well, I've written down the required medicines, and a nurse will arrive shortly to stay with her as you requested. I'm sure that when she wakes up, the temperature will be considerably lower. There is no need to worry, Mr. Price. A doctor, I assumed, and tuned them out. Couldn't he just let me be? I'd prefer to be in a state forever than to wake up and to have to face reality. A reality in which I was Zach's wife. A reality in which my sister had made me to feed to the sharks. A reality in which my parents literally sacrificed me on the altar. Worst of all, a reality in which there was no Noah. A pain shot through my chest at the thought of his name. Noah, Noah, Noah. Would he ever find out about what happened to me? What would he think? Would he hate me? I loved him so much. Could he be able to see that? The questions made my head hurt, and I felt the migraine come back with a vengeance. My head felt like it was being crushed with the weight of 1,000 boulders, and I couldn't hold it in any longer. A low scream left my mouth, and immediately I left someone rush into the room. Zach hovered above me protectively, and I shivered inwardly at the size of him. He towered above me as I lay on the bed, his features masked by the lack of light in the room. I couldn't see the expression of his face. Was he angry, annoyed, worried? What's wrong, Ariana? He asked softly and knelt beside the bed. He was near enough for me to smell his cologne, an expensive one at that. Noah didn't smell like that, not rich like that, not like rich people. He had his own wonderfully warm scent. I quickly pushed the thought out of my head. I managed to choke out in between the spasms of pain that were now rocking my entire body. Here, take this. The doctor said it would make the pain go away. Zach made me sit upright and noticed how disabled the pain had made me. He made me open my mouth and placed pills inside it, and then placed a glass of water near my mouth, forcing me to drink. The simple fact of kindness was all it took for my inner guilt to come back and haunt me. Voluntarily or not, I had taken a place in Zach's life that was never meant for me. I had invaded his world without permission, and he had to bear the brunt of that. My sister, my own flesh and blood, had ruined his life because of her selfishness. He did not deserve what he had gotten. After laying me down carefully on the bed, Zach walked out of the room, switching off the bedside lamp as he left. The last thought that crossed my mind before the sleeping pills began to take effect was how unusual it was for someone to be so fond of the dark. Not a single light illuminated his way as he walked out so easily into the darkness. Is that how he perceived his life to be now? Full of darkness. Was there any room for light in his life anymore? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and that is the end of this video, guys. So let's hope we tune in for the next chapter. We'll be on the third chapter. Thank you for reading along. Let's see how it goes with Mrs. Price. Yeah. All right. And Zach, fortunately, let's see the comments. Okay. The comments. Oh, she's like, that's my life right now. For the night is full of terror and darkness. And like, she's so dramatic. That's so deep. You have a fever, girl. Yeah. And everything will turn out okay. Yeah. What's her name? Ariana Bell and Zach. Okay. All right. So let's see how it goes. All right. Bye, guys. Hope you subscribe, share, and comment on YouTube and also on TikTok. Bye.